Good luck, have fun.
Good luck.
Alright, you're on the play. Yeah, this is an easy mole.
Keep this.
Going down to 6. Not a great 6. Monocolored black source. No, we're looking for white source. Soul Cauldron is nice, but yeah, I think we have better 5s. Going down to 5. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. There we go. Shuffle. Really getting punished with not seeing any red sources here. Don't know that there's a lot we can do about that, though. Bottom this. Bottom Boots or Skull Clamp? Probably Boots. Bottom this. Alright, keeping 5. You're on the play. Start us off. Very weak 5. But I think I like keeping this 5 better than going down to most 4s.
Forge and a bird.
Sure.
And I will say go after that.
Alright, I will draw for turn. Yeah, I think I am shocking in a Sacred Foundry and attempting to cast a Clamp.
Clamp will resolve.
And I'll pass.
Alright. Draw.
Yeah, we've probably seen the top of the bottom. Rydia. Yeah, Rydia is fine.
Will then play this Thundering Falls. I have a Surveil trigger and a Landfall trigger.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the Surveil trigger first.
Sure. I mean, over these past several games against
I'll keep that on top.
JC Prophet, we've probably seen the bottom.
Discard this Spring Heart into go to draw a card.
30% percentile of our list. Just some very bad draws overall. Alright. Untap, draw for turn. Interesting decision. I believe I am playing a snow-covered plains, and I think I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to path your Rydia.
Alright, I will search my library for a basic...
And then I'll pass it over to you. Yeah, I mean, I don't love being forced to be put in that position, but I do think that the value generated off of Rydia is too serious. Yeah, Cub is fine.
Play Thornspire Verge, trigger Cub, play counter on the Cub.
Sure.
And say go.
Alright. Untap, draw for turn. Play a Scrubland. I'm just going to try to resolve a Flage here.
I think that's going to have to resolve, unfortunately.
It'll ETB, and I'm going to target your Scythe Cat Cub.
Scythe Cat Cub shall die.
Alright, we'll gain 3, then I'll pass the turn.
Alright, untap, draw.
Next turn, I'm definitely looking to set up Ajani plus Clamp.
Play a Plaza of Heroes and say go.
Okay, I'll untap and draw. I am going to tap like this to attempt to cast a Ajani. If they drew a counter spell over the last turn cycle, that would be unfortunate.
It requires me to do all of this, but I am going to attempt to cast a Dig Through Time.
Dig is fine.
Seven.
So, I doubt they have. No, I think that digging into force is better than just
Bottom
Exile and dig off of force.
Ajani will resolve.
Okay. I'm then going to, so I'll make a Cat Warrior token. I'll then equip the clamp to the Cat Warrior token.
Makes sense.
Draw 2, and Ajani flips. I still have a Skull Clamp. I will then play an Urza Saga for turn. Ajani, I will 0 an Ajani, and I think I'm just, re-equipping Clamp to the Cat Warrior token and drawing another 2.
Okay.
And I'll pass it over to you.
Okay.
Pretty good draws, because the Mishra's Workshop will allow me to cast Kate Sith and cast...
That's interesting.
And make a construct.
He saves me, depending. Alright. I'm gonna tap.
I've gotta destroy Ajani this turn, which they easily can.
I can't do it that way. Wait, so I'm gonna do it this way to cast Eshki.
Yeah, Eshki's fine.
I tapped wrong, because I'm very, very smart. It's fine. I'm gonna play a Mox.
Sure.
I'm gonna go to combat Eshki trigger.
Yeah.
Right, 2 counters on Eshki, draw. Second main, I did not play a land. Alright. I'm gonna play Wasteland, I'm gonna waste your Saga.
Sure.
I'll say go after that.
Alright. I will untap, draw for turn. So, they've got enough mana for me to not really be interested in casting Lodestone or Trinisphere. So I think I am pretty interested in casting Kate Sith to turn on Ajani into Cat token. Figure out where to go from there. I'm going to play a Mishra's Workshop and tap like this to cast a Kate Sith.
Yeah, Kate Sith is gonna be fine, unfortunately.
Alright. I am then going to 0 my Ajani, and I'll shock your birds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll move to combat and get a Kate Sith trigger.
Okay.
Don't think that Archon is particularly good here. Bottom and exile the top card. Selling the One Rain. Well, I guess Kate Sith will get +4, and the One Rain is exiled. Second main, gotta think. I don't believe there is value in putting Clamp on my token this turn, because no matter what, Eshki has Ward 1, so I can't pay for swords. I'm just going to equip Clamp to a Kate Sith, making it a 4/2. And I'll pass the turn.
End step, I'm gonna flash in Malcolm.
Sure.
Alright. Untap, draw. I'm gonna tap 3, I'm gonna play Surak.
Alright.
That was the misplay. I could have played Surak last turn, because I knew you would be able to Ajani if you had a red source, and
Yeah, that's fair.
could maybe have protected my birds, but oh well. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna make this a significantly harder decision for you. I'm going to Flame Slash your cat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tap my Mox to do that.
Yeah, they've
That's
had some
fine.
pretty unfortunate spell
then
density here between all of the
Go
lands
to
they put into
combat,
play.
have an HQ trigger.
Yeah,
HQ gets 2 counters.
I do think that
and
playing the
draw.
Flame Slash was maybe actually a misplay. I think
I'm gonna swing Malcolm in at you and Eshki in at Ajani.
yeah, no blocks.
Okay. You will take 2. Ajani will die, and I will get a counter on Malcolm, specifically a chorus counter. I'm gonna bin this Prismatic Vista,
Sure.
and I'll say go.
Okay. I'll untap, draw for turn. Yeah, we're just gonna move to combat and Kate Sith trigger. Scry 1. Bottom this. Exile this. Alright. Kate Sith gets +0. I am going to move to my second main. I'm going to play this Wooded Foothills, and I believe I'm cracking it immediately, finding an Elegant Parlor. I'll scry 1, or surveil 1. I will keep that on top. I actually think I misplayed there. I think I should have just played out a Flage. Yeah. Well, let's think. Let's tap like this to cast a Mom.
Okay.
I actually have an interesting line by clamping my Mom to draw that pre-war formalware to get an Ajani back into play. I do actually think I like that. Okay, I am going to clamp my Mom.
Sure.
I'll draw 2. Play the land for turn. I'm then going to tap like this, floating a colorless to cast a pre-war formalware.
That grabs back at Johnny. Yeah, you've got a pre-war.
Yeah, and I will be grabbing a Ajani. Which is a 3/4. And it'll make a 2/2. And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Alright. I'll untap. I'll draw for turn.
Pretty curious to see if they can continue to
I mean,
cast off Esky. Sounds like they can. Do they just top deck 4th here? Minsk and Boo is actually fine. Probably. I mean, it's not good, but
Scarlet?
it's doable. Is that just lethal? Yeah, is that just lethal? Let's see. 8, 12, 15, 17. Okay. Scarlet is fine. You have 17 damage incoming.
Yeah. I'm also gonna play this Tameo.
Tameo is fine.
Should I play Tameo? No, because whatever I'm discarding with Malcolm. Because I might want to do that. Can I undo that?
Sure.
Yeah. Because just on the off chance that I draw a bolt, I want that to be that way. Combat, full swing.
Yeah, go down to 1.
Alright, trigger on Malcolm. I mean, that does help. One and 4 to dismember your Ajani.
Alright. Johnny dies.
They go.
Alright. On tap. Draw for turn. Interesting draw. Because Warring Triad is not actually online. So it maybe doesn't matter. I can cast this Flage, kill... Can't kill Eski. I think I start by... Well, let's see. We have Mother in Graveyard and Birds in Graveyard. So Agatha Soul Cauldron can turn like a Cat Warrior token into a Mom, but most of the creatures have Trample. So I think what I'm looking to do... I have to kill this Eski, which means I have to have another look at the top card of my library. I think that means moving to combat first and moving from there. Alright, I am going to move to combat and scry one off Kate Sith.
Okay.
So Barrowgoyf doesn't kill the Etski. And Flage is not turned online via Pariah. Like, it's also made very weak off of a Flage, and I can't cast Flage and Barrowgoyf. I think I bottom.
Ready.
Exile Static Prison. Okay.
That's not bad.
Definitely not. Second main, I am going to play a Plateau. So I have to cast the Warring Triad to cast Static Prison and pay for ward, which I can do. I then have to cast Flage, kill the Malcolm, and then I can block. Alright. I'm going to cast a Warring Triad.
You have a Triad that is not a creature yet.
I'll cast a Static Prison.
Alrighty.
Target Etski, pay for ward.
I have a Surak trigger.
Yeah, Surak is fine.
Alright. Eshki is currently under Static Prison.
And I have 2 energy. I'll then tap like this, milling a card. To... Well, it's not going to be for very long. To escape a Flage. Exiling... like this. Flage will kill Malcolm.
I have another Surak trigger.
Go for it.
Alright, Malcolm dies.
And I will pass the turn.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep. I have Scarlet. Top of library. Play top card face down.
We've gained a lot of card advantage, but we had to do what we had to do. They've cast a lot of spells which generate card advantage. Part of that is obviously, you know, they really did exactly what they wanted to as a mid-range list.
This Taiga.
They saw a lot of lands and a lot of 4-drops.
To hard cast Lorien revealed.
Go for it.
Okay. Draw 3.
If I untap and swing in next turn, I'm probably stabilizing here. So it really just comes down to their variance here.
It is a little crusty.
Like if they draw...
maybe fine.
multiple removal spells, or even just a white removal spell for Flage, that's bad. If they draw Minskimbu plus a mana source...
Yeah, I'm just going to say
bad.
go.
Okay. I'll untap, upkeep, nothing, draw for turn, main phase, I'll pay an energy. I am going to cast an Agatha Soul Cauldron, floating a Mishra mana.
Oh, you've got Mother of Runes in your graveyard. And I tapped wrong. Or rather, I played the wrong land for turn. Cauldron is fine.
Okay. Am I doing something else here, or am I think I'm just moving to combat, and I get a Kate Sith trigger.
Alrighty.
I'll scry one. I'm targeting the Cat Warrior token with the Kate Sith trigger. I'll scry one.
Okay.
I'll bottom this. And exile a Chaos Defiler. That was pretty good. I am going... So I've targeted the Cat Warrior. It gets +5. So it's a 7-1. I'm going to move to combat. Or move to attacks. I'll attack like this. I am going to... the Flage trigger is going to target... actually, honestly, I'm wondering if not allowing the draw and just putting it at your face is better. Forcing... No. I think I do like... I'm going to target your Surak.
I have a Surak trigger.
Yes. In
response to that trigger, I'm going to cast Legolas's Quick Reflexes targeting Surak.
Sure.
And Surak trigger resolves, and then Flage trigger fizzles because it has hexproof, I believe.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Alright.
And then we can move to blocks. Or this is a 7-1, not a 7-2.
7-1, 6-6 would take 13, Chaos Defiler. This is in exile. But it's in exile face down, so let's move over here.
What's in exile? What's in exile, sorry?
This card over here.
Okay. You can only cast that. That's from last turn's Scarlet Headliner, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't play that anymore, but it's just in face down.
Yeah.
Heard.
Damn. So...
Despite having a pretty weak opener, all things considered, we've definitely stabilized. They had a good threat density, but they've sort of fizzled out despite the sheer card advantage.
Cauldron to pump something if I don't block it.
It's possible that I misplayed by not equipping pre-war.
If I do block it, you're just going to remove it with Chaos Defiler anyway.
But it did allow me to keep Chaos Defiler in play.
Chaos Defiler is non-land permanent. If I block both of these to save some damage, then you can only get rid of my Mox Ruby. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to block.
Okay. Yeah. Those will happen.
Alright.
And the Cat Warrior token dies. Second main, I am... Yeah. I guess, do I want to do it like that? Probably. I'm gonna mill a Warring... Use a Warring Triad so I can mill a card. And tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this for a Chaos Defiler, choosing your Mox Ruby.
Bop, bop.
I don't actually think that there's value in playing out this Windswept Teeth here. I think I'm just passing now.
Okay.
They've drawn a lot of cards, so...
Alright. Untap. Draw.
Fourth just kills me if they're on fourth. Which they should be. I think fourth is really good.
Yeah, that's pretty not bad, but it's also pretty not great here. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna tap 4, I'm gonna play Minsk and Boo.
Yeah, you got a Minsk and Boo.
I'm gonna minus Minsk and Boo, sacrificing my 1 mana Boo, or my 1 power Boo to deal a damage to your face, and then draw a card.
And draw a card, sure. They've got Bolt somewhere in their list, so, or Chain Lightning as well. They have a decent amount of top decks that could have killed me there.
I'm gonna play this Volcanic Island as land for turn and say go. I think I'm dead.
Alright, it's tough to say, but yeah, I think I'm in a very good spot. I will exile your Birds of Paradise and put the counter onto the Chaos Defiler. Excuse me, sorry.
Chaos Defiler has officially become a mana dork.
Oh, you know what I should have done last turn? I probably should have equipped Clamp. There's no reason to have not. Untap. Draw for turn. So, assuming you have, let's say, let's be generous and say 2 removal spells in hand. I swing out. You remove Flage. I don't gain any life. You have a Minsk and Boo lined up. That's the worst case scenario. What offsets the worst case scenario? I think we'll start by casting a Trinisphere.
I am going to remand that Trinisphere.
Into hand.
And draw.
So, I think that's actually sort of fine for us. Trying to figure out if seeing a card off Kate Sith is better. Probably is. I'm going to move to combat. I get a Kate Sith trigger. I'll target the Chaos Defiler.
Alrighty.
Scry. I'm going to bottom and exile. Just a plains.
Okay.
I'm going to move to combat. Or move to attacks. Let's see, this is 6, 12, 15. So I'm going to swing all of these at your face. And Flage will target your Minsk and Boo.
Okay. I am dead.
Yeah, because I just...
Counterspell Lelia.
GG's. That was a close one.
That was a very close one. I was just drawing dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really... I mean, it was really tough towards the beginning there, because you had... You curved out perfectly, and you had really good threat density for the beginning, but then I'm assuming you just... Between the... obviously between the dig and everything, but the fact that you were able to, like, hard-cast dig that game, pretty close to hard-cast dig, was definitely scary. So... Their deck is a Spearmint list. Magus
This I cannot.
seems... A turn 2 Magus seems pretty real. They're on the play, though, so this is functionally a turn 3 Magus for them.
This I can keep.
And they have dorks, so I don't know that I love that. But I also have I have multiple red threats, and if I ever get a mono white source, I have
These two.
CZ in hand to potentially power out. I think this is keepable, despite the fact that it really just plays a purely proactive game plan, and not the least bit disruptive outside of Magus. Alright, I keep the 7. And you're on the play, I'm assuming.
And play. I will play a Hedge Maze tapped and Surveil.
In the game, with my game plan, we definitely
I'll keep
take
that on
tapped
top, and I'll
lands
say go.
instead of dorks. Alright, I will draw for turn. I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills and pass it over to you.
Alright.
So the alternative I had here was to turn
untap.
1 an Evora, but I think that the
Draw,
likelihood of them not...
green.
So if they don't cast a creature spell this turn, it means
I'm
they
gonna
have a
play this
counter spell in
Prismatic
hand.
Vista.
Vista's fine.
I'm gonna play K9,
Hell yeah.
and I'm gonna play a Mox.
Okay.
And then after that, I will say go.
Alright, I'm gonna crack.
Mm-hmm.
Find an Elegant Parlor and Surveil 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, on my next turn, find a basic plains off of Flooded Strand. I'm going to keep that on top.
Mm-hmm.
Going to play and crack this Wooded Foothills, or, pardon me, this Flooded Strand.
Mm-hmm.
And find a basic plains. I'm going to burn a Spirit Guide and attempt to cast a Magus.
I will respond by fetching.
Go for it.
I will
Magus
grab
is less impressive here
a-
between a Mox and a Prismatic Vista.
Snow-covered forest, and Magus will resolve.
Alright, and I'll say go.
Alright. I mean, I technically have all my colors of mana, so I'm not too upset about this. Is that what I do? I don't
I don't know. It depends on what they carve out with. I'm much more interested in a...
Burned your spirit guide.
It's tough to say.
Makes you
Synth if
feel
they don't
stupid.
represent a real board. Voice if they...
Yeah, I'm gonna cast 6.
6 is fine.
And I'm gonna say go after that.
Alright. I will untap and draw. Soul Rain was pretty good here. Soul Rain does cast CZ. They can steal... So they can activate K9 to break parity on the CZ. I could double spell this turn. Evora and Voice. I actually sort of like that game plan. I'm going to play a Arid Mesa and cast a Soul Rain.
I am going to misstep your soul ring.
Sure. I'll then cast a Voice of Victory.
Okay.
And... Yeah, pass the turn.
Alright. I'll untap, draw. Play this mountain and this Malevolent Rumble.
Sure.
Alright. Make the spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is interesting.
3 removal spells and a bird.
Unfortunately, I only have 1 target.
We'll take it. But Birds does break parity on Magus of the Moon even more.
Could
For a 4-color
make my
list,
6
they've
unblockable.
really broken parity on this
I don't
Magus,
think that's gonna matter. Because if you double block,
which is sort
I
of
get to
card
kill the
disadvantage.
Magus, and you don't kill 6.
Yeah, I mean,
You could just block with the Voice, though.
so making my Magus a
Just kinda
non-impactful
rough.
card is card disadvantage in this instance, because
Do I
I've devoted
want
a Simian
to
Spirit
grab
Guide
back a land anyway?
and a spell from my hand to put a 2/2 Hill Giant into play, or whatever the 3-mana 2/2s are.
No, I think...
In the same
I
way
think
that
I'm just
when
gonna play
a
my
combo list
birds and
is able
say
to
go.
completely make any removal invalid, they're representing card advantage. JC Prophet has represented forced card disadvantage on me. Alright, just playing Birds and go. I will untap and draw.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm casting Synth Eradicator here. Killing that K9, potentially allowing me to deploy a CZ next turn. Alright, I am going to cast a Synth Eradicator here.
That's real bad. That's real bad.
I can attack with voice. They can kill the voice, or they can kill...
Eradicator is fine.
Alright. I will then move to combat, and I'm going to swing in like this. I get a Synth Eradicator and a Voice Victory trigger. Let's exile a card off Synth. Okay. Make 2 energy.
I'm going to block the Synth and take 3.
Sounds good. On my end step, these are sacrificed, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Alright, I'm now suddenly much happier about my position. Yeah, I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna swing in with 6.
Sure.
Alright, mill 3. Nope. Evora's there. None there. Alright, go to blocks.
I'm not blocking.
Alright. Second main, I'm going to discard the Scalding Tarn to recast this Evora with Retrace.
Sure.
Alright, ETB, make a blood. And say go.
Alright. I'll untap. Draw for turn. How mana pinched are they? Not very. Transfer isn't really impactful here. I could deploy an Evora plus the blood token. I think I'm just swinging again, seeing what the card is. Alright, I will move to combat. Swing like this. Synth and voice trigger. So let's make 2 2/2s. Exile this off the top. Going to make 2 additional energy. Can move 2 blocks if you'd like. 3, 6, 8 damage.
I could, in theory, double block the Magus, which gets me out from under Magus, which is not bad.
I don't think that matters here. They've got a Birds and a Mox Amber in play. And the Mox Amber is tapping for green and blue. So they really only need... And they have white mana.
Damage is coming at me. I'm just not gonna block.
Okay.
Any effects before damage?
Nope, you're all good.
Alright, take
8
8.
damage. Alright. Second main, I'm going to tap like this and cast Thalia.
That is not great for me, but is what it is.
Alright. I'll sacrifice these 2 on my end step and pass the turn.
Okay. I will not roll dice. I'll untap and draw. You could maybe save me here, but I don't believe so. I'm gonna crack this blood token to discard Rona to draw a card.
Sure.
Trigger Evora. You're at 16. What saves me here? I think the answer is nothing. Because
that is what we like to hear, but always take it with a grain of salt.
Synth and burn me for 3. And then just wait. I mill with 6. My best option is to hope I hit, what, Oko and a land, so I can recast Oko.
Makes sense.
And then that would let me...
I think Uro stabilizes them pretty okay here.
From the equation.
Maybe it doesn't, because I'm still swinging in with Thalia.
But the likelihood of that is low. What else saves me if I mill it? Clothis doesn't, because It enters tapped. Nadu doesn't because it enters tapped. Barrowgoyf, I could in theory cast, and it would get me currently 5, which could kill anything. Reiki doesn't do anything. Triad doesn't do anything.
I don't begrudge them for thinking of all of their options, but
tapped. Uro doesn't do anything.
Should also be noted that we're not on a clock, so.
I think I am dead. But
fair enough. I mean, I think that you can block next turn and stall. So if you do have a card like Uro, that if you do have a card like Uro that will, like, you know, over the course of 2 turns, stabilize you, I feel like that is worth playing towards. But I also understand not wanting to, like, if you feel like the disadvantage is so overwhelming, not wanting to play to that, like, 1 in 81.
I mean, we played our outs.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a 3 in 81 because I need to mill. Well, I need to mill a land and I need to mill an Oko or an Uro to save me here. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna swing in with 6.
Yeah. No blocks.
Rydia is not Uro, but maybe does something. So we'll see what happens here because I do have a land. All right, so you're gonna take 2. Second main, I'm going to recast Rydia by pitching this Taiga. She enters tapped.
And an Evora trigger.
Do you have an Evora trigger? Oh, yeah, because that's how that works. Is it worth it for me to recast Rona so I can get another Evora trigger, but that takes me off a blocker, and I don't think that's good enough.
Now, it should be noted that while...
I'm just going to pass here. I've got 4 blockers, so I can at least block everything that's on the field currently.
I'll untap and draw. Oswald is definitely not bad here. Yeah, I'm comfortable. So the only issue is voice dies in this Swain because Evora is big enough now. Or Swain out with everything again, but I think the pressure is fine. I'll move to combat. Actually, I'm just going to spend 3 energy counters to bolt your Evora, paying the ward.
That makes sense.
I'm then going to move to combat. Swing in like this, so 6, 8 damage.
Okay. Block the most powerful one.
Synth is not attacking.
Synth is not attacking. Okay. Then block the voice there.
Sure.
Alright, and then take 2.
Sounds good. And all your creatures should die here, I believe. Not all your creatures, all your blockers.
Yes.
Second main, I'm going to cast an Oswald.
Oswald is here.
Warriors die. I'll pass the turn.
Alright. Let's see what we got.
Now, notably, Mox Amber no longer makes blue.
Is very close.
Which means that they can't recast Canine.
So, I don't think that saves me, but we can at least...
Like, we've actually really we've fully taken them off a color, so Magus is now...
Cast Minsk and Boo.
Minsk is good. Yeah, Minsk is here.
I get a tapped Boo.
Thalia really coming in clutch now.
I think I sacrifice... no. Yeah, no, I'm just dead.
GG's. That was a really interesting... I think
Oh,
one of the
I have
more
a
interesting
link,
things
so-
about that game is towards the
God damn
very end, Magus came into play, right? And
Yeah.
actually started mattering because once you you were forced to block with your canine, your Mox Amber stopped making blue. So
So
towards the very end, like Magus did end up very mattering, which is an interesting dynamic with the Mox Amber. It's a cool addition to your list. It's definitely a powerful draw to Legends. I mean, it's very similar to Mopal in artifact lists.
you know what's frustrating?